Hi, everybody. Hello, welcome back to Covered with Nachi. I am Nachi Shea, and I am here making, I believe, my fifth video. I'm sorry I missed a couple weeks. I was unsure what my next topic was going to be. Um, I have already covered homeowners and auto, and I was thinking about slowly transitioning into commercial insurance and business insurance, but with the holidays around the corner, I thought it would be a better idea to talk about a coverage that is available to you that you might not know of, that you might not often think about, but I wanted to make sure everyone knows there. With the holidays here, people may be hosting parties and events in their home or maybe renting a venue for some special events. I know that some states are loosening up and people are now starting to gather in spite of COVID. So I wanted to make sure that you are aware of some of the liabilities that you're exposing yourself to. Of course, when you bring people into your home, if you host a party at home, you are now exposed to some liability there for anybody being injured in your property or any property damage. You may be liable for any liquor liability if you're serving alcohol in your party, in your home, at your party. So please be aware of that. There's also, of course, some exposure with underage drinking and things like that, depending on how many people are involved, what the age group is. If you have it catered and you have a bartender on site who's monitoring and checking ID versus it just being friends and family and people kind of helping themselves, there is a liability component to it, and we never want to think that way because of course these may be colleagues or friends or neighbors, but sometimes when bad things happen, people do the unexpected, so we want to make sure you're protected for it. Two ways to do that. Well, three actually. You can rely on your current coverage. So contact your broker or agent and make sure that you do have a homeowner's policy in place and that your homeowner's policy would absorb any sort of exposure for events like that, for having people at your home and hosting people and serving alcohol. Most likely your homeowners and your umbrella will cover that and there shouldn't be too much of an issue. As long as, of course, you're not selling alcohol. But things change if you are trying to sell alcohol out of your home. But if you're just serving it to guests, you should be absolutely fine. It just becomes a question of, do you want to expose your homeowner's policy to such an event, or do you want to secure a separate, smaller policy to protect yourself against that and make sure that your homeowners stays outside of that event so that your renewals going forward wouldn't be affected if there was some sort of a claim. The other venues that you might be able to secure coverage for that would be through a special events policy, which is more of a package. It could have coverages such as the general liability, which is bodily injury, property damage. It would have coverage for liquor liability, which would be, again, property damage and bodily injury due to intoxication, or even maybe someone getting overserved, taking off and being involved in a car accident or something like that. And then there's also some property coverage itself. Maybe you have leased equipment for the event that becomes damaged, that could be covered under your special events package. There could also be cancellation coverage if your special event needs to be canceled due to weather or a crazy pandemic or something. You can build that into your special events package as well. A smaller policy and just more specialized could just be a host liquor liability. You could secure a host liquor liability policy for a one-day event or for a multi-day event. It's a short-term policy. It will take care of all those liquor liability issues we discussed, and it will keep that coverage separate from your homeowners. So if something were to happen, you don't have to utilize your homeowners as your first defensive coverage. That host liquor liability would kick in, would pay out the claim, would be done and over with, and your homeowners would never be affected, meaning that you can continue going forward without having to worry about your premiums, without having to worry about any new exclusions being attached to your policy because now they have, had this claim. So I hope that helps out a little bit, something for you to think about. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment or shoot me a message. If you found this video to be helpful, please feel free to share it. Others might find it helpful too. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do so. There are a couple other videos on there that might have some information that you may find useful in regards to your homeowners and your auto, and more to come. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a wonderful and safe holiday. Happy Thanksgiving to you all.